Alright, what's up traders? So time for another market update. Today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and it's actually looking very interesting. We're finally getting some movement. So let's take a look at the charts. Alright, so here's BTC USD on Binance, and I'm actually trying a new concept here where I will do, instead of doing the crypto legacy markets in one, I will do one market update for Bitcoin and another one for legacy. And if I see any interesting altcoins, I will do either a separate third one or I will incorporate that into the Bitcoin analysis. So I will do one video with the BTC and altcoins updates and one with the legacy updates, because I know a lot of you do not trade the legacy markets. You're only interested in the crypto markets, and some of you are only interested in the legacy markets. So I figured it's a good idea to split it up in two segments, right? So we're gonna start off by taking a look at Bitcoin versus the US dollar here. I'm trading this on Prime XBT, so just to start it all off. Huge shout out to Prime XBT for helping me out and sponsoring the channel. I do all my BTC trades and all my BTC scalps and all my legacy trading on Prime XBT. If you're interested in signing up and trying out the exchange, if you want to try out trading the legacy markets, you can do that by using your BTC as collateral. And if you're interested in signing up to the exchange, use the link in the description below. And if you use that link, you can also use the promo code LIBS42 bonus to get a 50% bonus on your first deposit. All right, so now let's take a look at Bitcoin. We got Bitcoin here on the weekly, looking very bearish, right? The weekly candle closes in 5 hours and 32 minutes to be exact, and that means we will have a weekly open and close above this range EQ, right? I think looking at the weekly moving averages here, it's nice to see that we have the 21 EMA and weekly confluent with range low. It's adding some confluence to that range low area. The 21 EMA and weekly is at 8,625 right now. I really do think the area between 8.5 to 8.6 is a good level for a possible dump. And that's really going to be a very key level. So the 21 EMA is right inside that key level right now that we need to hold for Bitcoin to continue its daily uptrend that we're seeing. So speaking of the daily, let's take a look at the daily chart. So something very interesting here, right? We have this daily range here and we have the range EQ right here. This is the range EQ area, and you can see how we broke range EQ to the downside right here. And we had our first daily open and close below range EQ right here. And after getting that, we came up for a bearish retest of the daily range EQ. And by adding the moving averages, you will also see that it's in perfect confluence with the 21 EMA on the daily, this yellow line right here. So we had a first retest of the 21 EMA on the daily. As you can see here, we broke down here. This is the first retest of the 21 EMA in a daily and range EQ after breaking down. So that makes perfect sense that we would get a retest like that. Now, that's the daily, right? And I do think we're about to see a move to range low. Usually what happens when you lose range EQ and you have a bearish retest like that, usually what happens is you will gravitate towards the next level below, which in this case is the range low area between 8.5 and 8.6. And we also have the daily 200 EMA, this purple line, and slightly below we have the 200 moving average. So we got the 200 exponential and the 200 moving average, the simple one, the white one right below. It's also a they're both untested after getting broken to the upside, right? So very interesting confluent with the 200 EMA and the weekly 21 EMA, right? So that's the daily, right? Let's take a look at the 4 hour to get a to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's remove the moving averages. I'm not really looking at the moving averages on the 4 hour. I'm more interested when trading Bitcoin inside this ranges like this. I'm more interested in the weekly moving average and the daily moving averages. So what are we seeing right here? Well, we are seeing a range forming here on the 4 hour, and this move up here, right, was the retest of range EQ, right? So we then had a dump straight down to range low, this support we got here, the green box support right here. And a lot of people, I saw a little bit, let's take a look at the hourly here. So I saw a lot of people on Twitter shorting this area because you had this, right? You had lower highs going into the support, and it kind of looks like it's really about to break down, right? And what happens when you get that? Usually on the weekends when a lot of people are, you know, on one side, you will get a little pump like this, and a lot of people will call this as a scam wick or a scam pump or whatever. But I mean, look at this. If you draw the RLC, if you hunt for the short RLC by drawing it from this high to this low, you will find that the short RLC is in perfect confluence with the range EQ on this 4 hour. And look where price got reacted. Perfect touch of the midpoint of the RLC right there, right? That's a perfect bearish retest of the RLC, and it's also the breakdown area of this breakdown candle. So it's, you know, from a technical perspective, it just makes perfect sense that you would get a move up there and a reaction, right? I was looking to actually, I was looking at the chart when this move happened, and I was looking to short this, but I felt like the risk to reward ratio wasn't really there. What I'm looking at right now, right? So if you look at the 4 hour right here, you are kind of seeing a possible bearish retest of this previous support area right here, right? And the range low. What I'm interested in, if we don't break this low here and we continue up, I'm very interested to see what happens inside the short RLC. Will we get a, you know, a repeat of history that we got here inside this short RLC with this short RLC? If we'll get a dump, I think it's very likely that we will get a wick up into the short RLC right here, and I'm actually gonna put in a couple of sell orders up here around let's say 9,130 and have my stop above range EQ. The stop loss would probably be right above this wick, so the high is 9238. I'm gonna put it at 9230. You know what? Let's put it at 9241, like that. And my take profit is going to be down at the 21 EMA, which is 8,626. Let's say 30, right? 8,630. So I like that for a 4.3R. That's something I'm going to try. See what happens, right? I do like this area for a move down. I mean, if this is going to dump, if we're going to see a move to range low, I do think this is a very nice entry to get. The entry is actually, you know what, we're gonna increase. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna increase the area right there. So if we get a dump to range low, I think this is a very good entry because it's so close to the invalidation area. It might, you know, honestly, the invalidation, the stop loss could even be down here, but I'd like to have a bit wider stop. So this is really a nice area because it's so close to the invalidation area. That's what I'm looking at. But guys, it's Sunday. We don't really have the weekly close just yet. This is a very risky trade to take, very risky. Now the best thing would probably be to wait for you know, wait for the markets to open on Monday, see how price action reacts to the weekly close and the legacy markets opening on Monday to see how that they react. But if we get a dump, I think this is really the area you want to try to short, right? A lot of people will look at this area and they might have their stop, you know, above this area, whatever. And yeah, I'm looking to enter a bit higher. Still a pretty tight stop. You could even have your stop all the way here. That would be the most, you know, the safest option to have your stop above 9,300, but I choose to have it a bit tighter. I do like this one. I do like shorting the short RLZ when you're in a downtrend. The shorting the short RLZ of the local move when in a downtrend is usually something I like to do. Alright guys, so that's just a quick update on Bitcoin. I will record my legacy update a bit later when I have done my forex scan. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Take care guys.